Hello everyone, welcome to the Tuesday edition of Take 5. I hope you're having a blessed day so far. Thank you for joining me here today. This week on Take 5, we're going to be breaking down the message we heard this past Sunday from Youth Pastor Timothy entitled Purpose in Planting. As we get into our devotion today, we're going to see just how great this purpose is as we illustrate it just a little bit more today. Now, yesterday we left off by declaring the great commission that Christ gave us 2,000 years ago as He ascended back to heaven. That is our ultimate purpose in life. Regardless of what this world has to offer, the great commission is our ultimate purpose. As you go, wherever you go, in all that we do, we are to preach openly the Word of God. That is, plant those seeds and sow those seeds of the Word of God, expecting that somewhere along the way, we're going to receive a harvest. This is known as the Great Commission. This is the job He left us to do. This is our purpose as believers. Now, we may have other jobs in the world. Everybody's not in full-time ministry like I am. I get told quite often, people say, I don't have a real job anyway. Well, I guess if you compare it to what the world standard of a real job is, I guess I don't, but I have a purpose just like you do, regardless of what you do. Whether you're a truck driver or a doctor or a lawyer or a teacher or a nurse or a businessman or businesswoman, whatever the case may be, you have a purpose beyond that. That may be the job that God has given you to acquire a living in society, but your purpose beyond that is to share the gospel, to sow the seeds of the Word of God. Actually, the career that you hold, regardless of what it is, it's just the platform that God has given you wherewith you can share the message of Jesus Christ. If you remember Luke chapter 5, when Peter was still a fisherman, Jesus came down and these multitudes were following Him. And He asked Peter, He said, hey man, can I use your boat as a platform to preach? And Peter said, sure. And so Jesus used the boat. They launched out from the land a little bit, and Jesus used Peter's career, his lifelong career, He used it as a platform to preach the gospel. So all He's doing to us today, regardless of who you are or what you do, all He's saying to you is, hey man, hey woman, can I use your boat? Can I use your life as a platform for you to be what you really are called to be, and that is the purpose of planting seeds. You know, as we look around the church today, not just ours, but the church in general, you can see that there's a decline in growth. It's not attended as it once was. And some of this can be attributed to COVID, but a lot of it is just simply the fact that I don't really believe that as believers we've been focusing on our purpose, doing the job that Christ gave us. Here's a little fun fact for you. About 15 years ago, when we came to pastor this church, there's about 120 or so people. And here right before COVID hit, 15 years later, it still stands the same. Here's some news I bet you didn't know. When this church started 46 years ago, it had the same number of people when it started then. Now, I'm not here to throw rocks at us, but I am here to say that maybe we've been a little too focused on our earthly purpose instead of our divine purpose. Now, I know the work of sowing seeds and sowing the Word of God, it can be difficult, but I know it works. It's a biblical model that will work if we'll just do it. You want to see souls saved? You want to see growth in your church, whether it be Appleton Assembly of God or any other church? The answer is found in fulfilling the purpose God gave us. Here it is broken down in the Word of God. Here is that model given from Acts 2. The Bible said all the believers devoted themselves to the apostles' teaching and to fellowship and to sharing in meals and to prayer. A deep sense of awe came over all of them, and the apostles performed many miraculous signs. All the believers met together in one place and shared everything they had. They sold their property and possessions, shared the money with those in need. They worshiped together every day at the temple. They met in homes for the Lord's Supper, all the while praising God, enjoying the goodwill of all the people. And the Bible said the Lord added every day to their fellowship those that were being saved. Through that lesson, we can learn that if we'll just do our job, if we will fulfill the purpose God has given us, we can see that souls will be saved. The harvest that we reap, the harvest we bring in from our purpose of planting will be souls that are brought into the kingdom as God adds them to the church here at Appleton and all around the world as well. Hey, what do you say? Let's be planters. Let's do our job. Let's do our purpose. Do it today, wherever you are, and I guarantee you a harvest is just over the horizon for you. Thanks for joining me here today on Take 5. I look forward to meeting with you right here tomorrow. God bless you. I'll see you then.